Good day to you one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. How comes he's wearing that snazzy Christmas jumper with a six-pack knitted into it? Well, I'll tell you, it's Christmas Day. What else is there to say? But Merry Christmas, one and all. Justin Hawkins Rides Again. It is Christmas time. Never get enough of that. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Willkommen. Joyeux Noël. That's it. I can't think of any other languages to say that in, but Merry Christmas. I want to say thanks for a really incredible and heartwarming year here on the YouTube. As I'm sure some of you are aware, we started this towards the end of last year. I think I was just about to go on tour in the UK, and I was almost coerced into it by my producer, who convinced me that we would have an audience. And well, she tried to. I remained unconvinced, but you guys have proved me wrong. A while ago we hit 300,000 subscribers. We're a bit over that now, and that's really startling to me. There are people on YouTube who are probably more qualified, and by qualified I mean actually qualified. They have the musical vocabulary to really be able to take songs apart and look at what makes them tick and stuff. And I'm really grateful to those of you that appreciate my unique insight. And I still can't believe that we've done these kinds of numbers, you know. I love and I appreciate every single one of you, so thanks a million. I'm mostly grateful for this community, actually, because it's a great way to engage in a discussion that is actually music related. And I think we only tend to talk about the things that are important, you know, the way these things make you feel, why certain songs are satisfying. I mean, I know that we've covered a lot of areas. Like one of the things that we were doing at the beginning of the year quite regularly was we'd say, these legacy artists, is there any dignity in them continuing? And you know, talking about people who are struggling with their voice and so on. No names mentioned, but I think you know who I'm talking about. It's been, I don't know, I think it's to cast a sympathetic ear on people who are struggling in that way has been rewarding, and I think it doesn't cost anything to be nice, does it? So I think Be Nice was another segment that I'm quite proud of, really. There's always good things to find in music, if you just got to be prepared to look for them. I think that's actually an attitudinal shift from, you know, the kind of attitudes that you were seeing in the late 90s when everybody was bitching about each other. It's nice to see the musical community pulling together, actually, and trying to salvage something from the wreckage of the pandemic. And over the last year, I've had my eyes opened, and I've discovered in the act of doing this some music that I probably would never have exposed myself to. The highlights for me include, you know, that 1975 song, Part of the Band, that nearly made me cry. There was the Strutting by Thumpasaurus, which I really loved, and that Bjork one, which I didn't understand when I mistakenly, I failed to identify a bass clarinet or saxophone, whatever it was, a basso, saxo, rinet, I've forgotten what I called it now, but yeah, I don't know, we've had a few moments over this past year, haven't we? Today, just to let you know, I'm at my brother's place. That's why these are unfamiliar surroundings. I'm visiting for the Christmas period. The creepy uncle is back, and that's me. And we're just going to be feasting, napping, talking about music, listening to music, watching Christmas movies and having all the good times. And I hope you guys are doing the same stuff as well. So please, to enjoy. Over the last year, I would say the highlights for me have been just finding a home here on YouTube and discovering what the voice of this channel actually is. I mean, as I said before, we tried a lot of different stuff, and we're going to continue to evolve the content in the coming 12 months, and who knows where that will take us. I think we'll try some longer form episodes. I'm hoping to interview some of my friends who are singers and musicians in other bands, and I recently recorded an interview with Rick Beato that we're currently editing, and we'll get that out to you soon. It was brilliant because he was so generous with his time and such an interesting person, and obviously I consider him to be the market leader in anything that's sort of music analysis based, and it was a great interview. I loved talking to him, so I'm looking forward to sharing that one with you. So at the beginning of this year, it was pretty challenging to sort of keep up the content at the rate that you've become accustomed to, really, because I was on tour in America for 7 weeks with The Darkness, and it did feel like at certain points during that tour that the world hadn't quite gone back to normal. It was pretty grueling. I mean, every single band in the world was trying to go on tour at the same time because the floodgates opened. It was very difficult to find reliable, comfortable, clean transportation for a start. It was difficult to get the gigs in a sequence that made sense geographically. It made the whole thing much more tiring. And I think I sensed a little bit of reluctance in the audience to fully let the hair down. I mean, understandably, with vulnerable family members and so on, there was probably a little bit of suspicion looking at the other people in the audience and stuff. But I've noticed over the course of this year, having done a full kind of festival program as well over the summer, and then touring in Australia, I've noticed that the world actually has gone back to normal. I think we're ready for music proper now. So 2023 really ought to be a great time. I think that's when we'll all get to see as many shows as we can handle, and it's all going to be great. So we've survived it, or I know a lot of people have gone under, and I know it's still really challenging for musicians. So we must support our local musos and our international musos. Another sort of significant moment, or a couple of significant moments, would be the Taylor Hawkins tribute shows. I was, obviously when Taylor Hawkins died, it was devastating for us. He was a close friend of the band, and obviously he was our drummer's godfather. So when Rufus and I were given an opportunity to contribute to the tribute shows, we gave it 100%, just like everybody else on those bills, and it was pretty inspiring to be surrounded by people who loved Taylor in that way, and who just gave everything they had to make those shows special and a fitting tribute to an extraordinary life. So yeah, and I know that a lot of people have come to my YouTube having seen me at those shows. So again, thank you. Obviously, devastating circumstances, but I'm glad you're here. Obviously, another deeply significant moment for all of us was when I had my hair cut off. I mean, obviously I'm being flippant. I don't expect anybody to care about how I grow my hair. But it was long at the beginning of the year, now it's short. And I'm in two minds now as to whether I should grow it or leave it short. There's no obligation for any of you to care. And I think actually that's what I love about this YouTube. There's no obligation for anybody to do anything, and I'm not asking anybody to give me money or fork out their hard-earned dollars, or pounds or yen or whatever it happens to be. And yet, 300,000 of you subscribe. It's amazing. So if you do happen to care about what I do with my barnet, please use the comment section below to advise. And you can take the piss as much as you like. I welcome it. I suppose next year we just want to continue to evolve the nature of the content. As I said before, long form stuff, interviewing people, the usual things that we're doing here, and more discussion. I want to try and establish a dialogue in some of these episodes as opposed to a monologue, so you can really get into the nuts and bolts of not just musically but culturally what's happening. It's really interesting to me. So yeah, I hope that you'll join me for another 12 months of this nonsense, not just because it's enjoyable, but because I think we've established a community here, and it's just weirdly successful. Like every time I walk through an airport, I'm stopped now and somebody mentions the fact that they're really enjoying the channel. So I'm just grateful for the chance to connect with you guys. So yeah, stick around, more to come, another 12 months and then some throughout the next 12 months and beyond. And I wish you all a Merry Christmas. I hope that Santa brings you everything you desire and perhaps a little bit more. I hope that everyone's families are safe and healthy, and I love all of you. I really do. Nice one. Justin Hawkins rides again. It is Christmas Day again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Watch one of these 2 videos. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you on the ice. Nice one.